Hi, this is Brittany with Rebel Fire Productions, and I'm here with LongReef.
G'day.
Okay. So the first question is, what would you be doing now if you weren't in the band?
If I was, do you want me to hold that?
Sure.
Hi. If I wasn't in the band right now, I'd probably be plumbing. Yes. My mother still wishes that I was a plumber. I was a plumber by trade, so I kind of didn't really like doing it that much, playing with all that gunk. So, yeah, I guess I'd be plumbing or working with my dad in the asphalt company, so I'm much happier doing this. Yes.
Thank you. What advice would you give to someone if they were getting bullied?
If the advice I'd give to someone getting bullied would definitely to be talking to someone about it, whether it be a friend, a parent, anybody that they can just express their feelings and get it off their chest, because in my experience, when you don't talk about it, that's when it starts becoming a really big problem for people. So definitely talk about it, and just there's always help there. You know, there's help in schools, there's help even online with websites, Facebook pages, friend movement, places like that. There's always people to help. Yeah.
If you had any experiences with bullying, what were they?
For me, I was bullied a lot as a kid in high school, and I actually got punched in the lip when I was in, I think, grade 8, and it was pretty horrific for me, and it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's something I've kind of, had to deal with over many, many years, and I still think to this day I still suffer from some sort of anxiety from being bullied. But, back then, when I was being bullied, I always found music as an escape. I used to try and get to the music room every recess and lunch and just hang out with all the nerdy school kids and, play music, and it kind of took me to where I am now. So in a way, being bullied kind of shaped my musical career. But I'm sure I still would have pursued music in some way, but I think it definitely helped my choices with music. Yeah.
Thank you. How did you come up with your guys' name?
The name LongReef is actually a surf spot back home. So LongReef is a beach that myself and Nick have surfed at for many, many years, and we just thought it'd be cool to bring a little bit of Australia over here to the United States and kind of have that Australian front, I guess. Yeah.
What is it like performing in Australia compared to performing here?
That's a good question. Australia is a beautiful place, beautiful country, and I'll always class Australia as home, but for music and what we do, it's very, very hard to maintain a living in terms of touring, because the population is so little compared to the United States. I think back home we have 22 million people as opposed to 330 million people here, I guess, and I think we're at pretty much the same landmass, so it just makes a lot more sense for us to be here to have our music heard by the masses. Yeah, it was a no-brainer for us. Yeah.
What's your favorite song to perform?
Ooh, that's a tough one. All of them. I think recently for me it'd be Battle Plan, the new single, purely because it speaks to me personally. If it wasn't Battle Plan, definitely She Likes the Ladies. That seems to be a crowd pleaser, that one. It's just a high energy kind of rock song, and it gets people pumped. Yeah.
What does it feel like to perform?
Ooh, what does it feel like to perform? Sometimes scary. Sometimes very nerve-wracking. Depends on who you're performing in front of, or if it's TV, if it's radio. But, almost every time it feels amazing. It's like the most pure adrenaline rush you can have. I think, I've done a lot of crazy things, jumped out of planes and, surf big waves and stuff, but I just love being up on stage in front of a lot of people that are digging what you're doing up there and feeding off your energy.
So I hear that you guys have a new CD coming out. When does it come out?
The new CD is just recently finished recording, so we're actually heading to New York to get it mixed next week. And it should be released in, I want to say, late Feb, early March. And I think it's going to be called Battle Plan or Light the Fuse. That's what the title's going to be. And it's our first full-length record, so we're really excited about it. Yeah.
What's your favorite song on the album, and what can we expect it to sound like?
Another tough question. All of them. My favourite song would probably be there's a rock ballad on there. It's called "Rest of You," and it's got a real '90s feel to it. I'm not too sure if you guys are familiar with like bands like Live, that record Throwing Copper. We kind of were influenced by a lot of songs off that record for this specific song, and that's another song that really speaks to me. It's really powerful, and I can't wait to start playing it.
What was the first song that you ever sang or played?
Ooh, okay. Are you talking performance or?
Just any.
Okay. Well, the very first time I performed a song live, I was, I think, 12 years old at a talent quest, and the song I did was the Faith No More cover of Easy Like Sunday Morning, yeah, which was is that Cat Stevens? No, it's not Cat Stevens. Who sang that song? I can't even remember. It's terrible. It was Ronald Richie, yes, of course. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, and I remember at the time I couldn't stand and play the guitar, so I actually had to sit in the stool and sing and play because I was still very green at playing and singing. So yeah.
Where's the best place to sing and perform?
Best place to sing and perform. That's a very, very tough question. There's so many great places that we've performed over the past few years, but I'd say one of my favorites would have to be Gulfport, Mississippi. We've done a couple of festivals down there, and the crowd's just really into what we do, and we have a great following down there, and a lot of people know the words to the songs, so I'd have to say that place is, right up there for me.
What's the most embarrassing song you have on your music player?
Ooh. Probably Justin Bieber. What's that new song of all that's not new anymore? It was the newer. I don't even know the names of his songs, but I do have Justin Bieber in my iPod, which is pretty embarrassing. Yeah, but he's a great artist, so I feel terrible for saying that. It's just it's cool to not like him, but yeah, a little embarrassing. Cut.
Where's the best place to write your music?
Best place to write music for me would be back home in Australia when we're off the road. Sometimes it gets, really hard to get clarity when you're on tour all the time, living on a bus. So it's generally after we get home for, a few weeks, kind of clear my head, do a lot of surfing and recharge the batteries, and then kind of get focused, and I can go into a place where it's a lot easier to be creative and start writing. Yeah.
So we've noticed that you chewed gum on stage. What kind of gum do you prefer?
Oh, wow. I guess anything. I just like chewing gum for some reason on stage. It's a bad habit. I probably shouldn't do it. I've swallowed it a couple of times, which has been pretty embarrassing. I don't think anyone's noticed though. But I don't even know what kind of gum I chew. I really don't. I just say pack of gum, and usually I never have enough gum on me, so I'm always asking people for a piece of gum. Yeah, that's it.
So just for fun, fill in these blanks. Without music, I would be.
Boring.
Music is.
Awesome.
My music makes me feel.
Complete.
I write my songs because.
I feel I have something to say.
Support music because.
It's what makes the world go round.
Last question. What is your voice to fans who want to start singing?
Be who you are. Don't try to be something you're not. And just go with it. I think, that's the most important thing. Enjoy what you do and everything else will fall into place. That's what I believe.
Thanks for taking time to sit down with Rebel Fire Productions.
Well, thank you, Brittany, and rock on.